about to go live. And it says we're live. It says nobody's watching, but it says we're live. That's the main
All
thing.
right.
We'll wait for some people to get in here. We need some peeps. Come on, peeps. Look, you got a chance to have a rant about Lego and everything else. Why shouldn't you be here? People often want to rant about Lego. So. Damn. What do you reckon? I'm going to call it the same as earlier. There we go. We got Lego Loser. How you doing, Lego Loser? We're going to debate whether that it's Big Screen Bird too. We're going to debate whether Lego should be an investment tool or you should rip that box open and build that dang set.
You should rip that dang box open and build that set.
Yeah. See, Big Screen Birds commented and he said, I do more investment but play with a lot. Now, I can respect that. Having a couple of sets put away but playing with some others. Totally.
Yeah.
This brings me to the point, Doc, and I don't know if you remember this one. Do you remember when Reed Hope Castle opened the old medieval blacksmith, a $600 sealed set, and he opened it live on stream?
Yeah, I remember when he did that.
Now that, kudos to that man. Kudos to that man. I respect people that do that. He's had that set a very long time. It sat there in a box. And he's like, well, I'm just going to build it on a stream. And do you know what? I credit him for that all the time, Doc, because some sets you want to leave in the box. Do you know what I mean? Some are like that. But other sets...
Were people screaming for him to, like, not build it?
No, not really. I was just like, wow, you're opening an expensive set. You know, he's like, yeah, well, you know, it's just a set at the end of the day. And, you know...
You didn't give him the whole, you're bloody bonkers, mate. You're bloody bonkers. You're off your rocker, mate.
Well, there is that aspect to it. There is that aspect to it. But then, see, I find with the whole investment side of it, I don't think I could be an investor and be somebody that builds with Lego, because I would want to open all the sets that I shouldn't be opening.
Yeah, I'd have to buy two of everything in order to be able to invest, because I would stare at it for too long and eventually it'd be like, okay, I'm opening you. Sorry. But if I had two, then it'd be like, no. One is for investment. I can clearly, look at it in its beautiful box and put it up on the shelf and admire it. And the other one, I can just tear right into it and be like, because it'd be kind of cool to have the set displayed right in front of a mint condition in-box set. It's like, there's one built right in front of the beautiful box. It's like, check it out.
I can relate to that, Doc. And as you know, I've just purchased Medieval Blacksmith Shop.
Oh,
it's in view at the moment. You can see it sitting.
How many
there.
pieces?
If you look at the camera, it's sitting there in blue and brown. Now,
it's already built. How many pieces?
2,000,
3,000, 5,000.
No, it's 2,100. Sorry, I do apologise. But yeah, that was built yesterday, and it was built to instructions. It is built as the book says it should be built. Now, the more I look at it, the more I can feel the money floating out my pocket, because just like you said, Doc, I'm going to buy a second, and the second one is going to be all kinds of messed about with. Okay, this one is built to instruction, and will be left as it was intended, because I believe the build itself credits it. So I will leave one build, and potentially at a later date, if I manage to come across one, which probably means I'll never get another. That's what I normally say. I will pick up a second one and I will play with it. I will change all aspects of it. But this is one of the sets that come out this year that when I saw it, I thought, wow, yeah, I can get behind that set. Let's say hello to a couple of extras in the chat. How you doing, Triple D, buddy? Hello, hello.
Oh, Triple D. Hey, hey. Let's see. Do I got keys? Keys. I got my keys. Okay.
We got Robbie, minifig collector. Hello, hello.
Hey.
We got a few this evening, guys. We're having a debate. Is Lego for playing with, or is Lego for saving for your future?
So have you ever bought a set with the thought of I am buying this to resell it or anything like that? Because I never have. I mean, I'll have bought a set and it might have ended up being like, okay, now that I have it in hand, yeah, I'm not going to open it. I'm going to just, because I did that with that auction win, that Hoth seat or whatever it was. It was like, I wanted to build it. And then as soon as I saw it in the box, I'm like, what a horrible display. I'm just like, it can stay in the box because, you know, maybe some crazy Lego investor or a Star Wars person will want it in the future, because I sure the heck am like, wow.
Now,
I can see why I didn't care when it came out.
Tell the truth, you're going to sell it to Bricks for Chris for double because you outbid him.
Next year's auction, I'll be like, yo, auction this thing up. I want to finally have something in the auction. And be like, all right, here it is. It's crazy Star Wars thing. Because that Nebula, that's the only gift with purchase of Star Wars that I am disappointed I didn't get was the Nebulon, and it disappeared out of my cart because I didn't click quick enough. So that's another reason why I don't buy anything from Lego.com or Shop at Home. Because I'm just like, no, you guys screwed me out of that Nebulon. Screw you guys forever. I'm like, you will never see any of my dollars online. It will not happen. You guys screwed yourself.
Hey, Haley, you do have an invite if you'd like to come on. But yeah, no, back to what you said, Doc, about the auction items. Not the auction gone, the one before. When the castle was in its infancy stages, shall we say.
Yeah.
I purchased 2 packets. One was the Black Dragon Knights, and I believe the other was the Lion Shield Knights. And I purchased them both off of Reed. They were both 2004, 2005 sets. They were both sealed. And the second they got to me in the UK in the box, the first thing I done, buddy, is I cut the tops off them and I took all the figures out. Now, they were worth in the UK a pretty penny per pack. But, you know, I could have probably sold them for a good profit if I'd have been about that. But to me, the second I saw that Reed had put them in that auction, I associated quite a bit of my budget for them figures. And funnily enough, my good mate Big Screen Bird, and he will, we lost Doc. My good mate Big Screen Bird can back me up on this because Bird was bidding against me. And I managed to get the final bid, and I managed to get them. And they are nicely placed in the city where I said they would be. I can show you some of the Dragon Knights. They're down there. They're the ones with the red bits on their head. But there they are. 1 second. I'll let Doc back in.
I touched the screen. My bad. Go full screen so we can see these knights.
Do you want to see the knights? Okay. Full screen. Full screen. Solo layout. Yeah, no, I'll tell you what, Bird, you did well, buddy. We were bidding hard for them, but the ones with the red bits in the top and the ones with the black helmets and the maces and all the weapons.
Okay, so they're part of the siege. They're part of your layout already.
They were one set, and like I said, the Blue Lion Knights, I believe, was the second. And yeah, as soon as they both got over it, I opened them and it went into the city. There was a GWP that was sent over that was castle related. I opened that and built it straight away. I see it on eBay the other day. I wished I hadn't.
Well, that was like when Reed built that castle online. It's like we should have looked it up for the online price for sealed versus unsealed. And as soon as he cut the tab, we should have said, "Oh wow, That was $700. You just saw $700 vanish right there, people. You just saw it. Wow.
Yes.
You know, because he
yes.
instantly cut in half. You know, it's like, oh, it was worth. You know, I was just kind of like, wow. Did you see that? Did you see it? Did you see it? Were you able to see that puff of magic that vanished? It's just like, okay, still the exact same set, but suddenly, you know, because the tape is torn, you know, $300 less.
Well, again, Doc, one of the things that bothers me about the investment side of Lego, right, is to me, I don't care whether it's new in box, out of box, but the bags are sealed, in zip bags. Basically, as long as the set's there, I'll purchase it, whether it's new, old, I'm not bothered. Like the car, a lot of the castle has sun damaged panels in it, and to me that just adds character to the castle. Most people would be like, oh, I can't use that in a build if somebody else is going to see it.
Mine, but I'm going to be military.
Hi, Dr.
Pushed it all the way. all the way.
All the way.
Makes you hear that second clicking noise. Yeah.
That second click's the one.
Make sure that the door is locked.
Robbie, if you drop me a message on Insta, I'll throw you a link, buddy.
Is there anybody in the is there anybody in the chat that's bought stuff just for investing purposes only?
Yeah, like I say,
like Triple D. You know, you would think Triple D has done something like that.
Do you know what, Doc? I can comment on Triple, and if Triple wants an invite, he's welcome. But Triple is somebody that will buy multiple sets, and he's not extortionate. I love Triple D to the bones, because Triple D will buy a set, and, you know, when I said I wanted the friend's apartment, Triple D said, we'll do you a good price for it. I said, no, buddy. I said, listen, you didn't buy it to sell it cheaper. I said, you know, I know he was trying to help me out, and he did help me out. I will always bow down to the Triple D honey for that reason. He is my buddy. I love him unconditionally. It's not a problem. But he doesn't sell the sets at extortionate prices. Now, I've said it before, and I will say it again. If I had 10 sealed monorails here, and my friends all turned around to me and said, Brett, we'd like to buy one of them, buddy, I would not sit here and charge you 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. I would not do that, because to me, that's not what the brick's about. The brick's about, if I've got 5 or 10 sets that are special, then I do them to my mate and I say, right, get me an 8-pack of Monster. Do you know what I mean? Or scratch my back when I need my back scratched. Do you know what I mean? A favour for a favour. I'm not going to sell you a set that I potentially paid £250 for, may have kept it a year, and then sell it to you for £1,000. I couldn't do it to my friends. I truly couldn't. Now, I'm not saying the sets aren't worth the money. They would be, but just like all the other sets, I would do them to my friends at a reasonable price, because I want people to be able to have the enjoyment and the play I have. Not to have to tell my wife, excuse me, I've just spent £1,500 on a Lego set. You know,
I want to feel like the brick father and be like, you're in my brick debt. One day in the future, I will call upon you for a brick, and you will provide it for me. You know, that's why you don't have to pay me anything crazy. You know,
pretty much, Doc. But yeah, the favour's not going to be. It's not going to be, oh, can you drop me off Assembly Square, or can you pick me up a train? It's going to be, have you got 5 of this part or 6 of that?
Exactly.
You know, since I've come into the hobby, people ask me all the time, like, especially people in real life that have come into my house, Doc. They turn around and say to me, how do you sleep at night knowing you've got all of that sitting there? And I turned round and I was very honest, Doc. I said, most burglars aren't looking for Lego, are they?
Uh-huh. Most burglars are tripping on it. They're like, dang it, what's going on? Who left this Lego laying everywhere?
It's all right. Robbie has connected, but he needs to sort his devices out. Again, Rob is a good person to bring in because he collects minifigures. How you
Yes,
doing?
but does he invest? Just like
You're
Haley
there?
and everybody that builds a giant mock or whatever, you know, when they're like, I need 5,000 red tiles. And so, you know, I just spent, you know, $500 on red tiles. It's like, is that an investment or is that just, you know,
Yeah.
a
See,
purchase?
I've never done the Bricklink yet, Doc. And they all try to worm me into it. And I say, look, you can find me a Bricklink seller that's got all the pieces I want, just one seller that's got everything I want. I will buy it all from him. But with Bricklink, you have to buy 5 off of one person, 6 off another. I ain't messing.
Pile.
Exactly. Back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, it's a lot of messing.
Yep, and then it's gonna be a lot of extra shipping too, because it's every seller's gotta, you know, oh, you didn't reach the free shipping quota.
That's it. I'll just shout out Triple here, and then we get that in the Triple. But I do have well over 100 sets. So I've bought for investment, but I've sold some or given them away to a true Lego fan who appreciates them. And I can get behind that. I respect Triple. How you doing, Robbie? So talk to us, buddy. Tell us about some figures. Tell us about the more collectible ones, because this is an area that you know that I don't. Educate me, please.
Most
if you're
expensive
talking, Robbie,
too.
we cannot hear you. Do you want to take 5 minutes and check out all the doohickeys? Because you're there in picture, but you're not there in voice. Now, Hoosier, you've got an invite as well. And if you haven't, you have got an invite. I've just checked. You wicked, wicked man. All leaving me on here. My good mate Doc's got my back, see? All the rest of them leave us, Doc. It's nice, isn't it?
Exactly, and I'm out on the road too.
How you doing, Joey? Hope you're well, buddy.
Can you guys hear me now?
Just about.
Yeah, I can hear Robbie just fine.
Yeah, go on, bud.
Okay. Well, like I've been collecting the pre-order exclusive minifigures for years now. Here's a prime example of one of them.
Ooh.
And I'll take I have I'll take them out of package and put them on the display. I also have Jessica Cruz from the movie. Exclusive to the movie. But
Ooh, look. See, all this flexing.
Well, I had to show you those 2 minifigures to get my point across. Okay. I believe if you want to take them out of the polys and display them, then resell them later. That's your prerogative. If you want to have a seal collection, that's your prerogative too. But there's a caveat to both things. If you have an open an open box collection. It will take up less space than a mint in box collection. Um, but I understand.
I feel you, buddy.
I understand both sides of the fence.
Again, the same. I agree. I can understand both sides, buddy. I mean, I ain't got anything that is sealed because everything I buy, I open and I build. That's the joy of the brick. But as I said, if
the only two, other than polybags, the only two actual sealed sets that I currently own is the Legoland California train and I think it's the astronomy tower. Yeah, the astronomy tower.
Cool. And is there a reason you haven't built them? Are they your investment sets, or are they just sets you haven't got round to?
Well, the astronomy tower is gonna be part of a it's gonna be part of a holiday mock that I'm working on.
Cool.
That because I got the Harry Potter advent calendar from last year, which is along the same thing as the astronomy tower. It's the same party.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm gonna.
When it comes to the figures, Robbie, I have got a tub behind me, and all I do is every time I get a figure, I throw them in a box. It's got to the point where if I held the box up, the webcam I've got doesn't actually show you the size. I've got that many minifigs now.
I got an army. I don't know if 40 minifigures would be considered an army, but I got an army of TMNT foot soldiers.
Ooh, nice.
I don't know.
Tell Willie Niblet Jr. he'd be in here going $5 if they're turtles. But again, the Turtles theme, there's a forgotten one. You don't often hear about it. Again, with the Scooby-Doo, there's another one.
The two most expensive figures, actually probably the most expensive figure in the Turtle theme, in Scooby-Doo had to be Velma.
Yeah, I have heard that one before, that Velma goes for upwards of about $70. Is that correct?
Yeah, and the only reason she goes up so high is because she was only available in the in the castle.
Yeah.
Jinxie.
I mean again, the Lego Goat is another. That's a $70 item, isn't it? The Lego Goat.
Lego Goat. Ay.
Yeah, and again, it's in one of the sets that I want for the medieval village, which I would more than happily buy that set without Goat.
Without Goat.
Yeah, so Brett, you're the kind of person that if you find a good deal on an open box some um on a used set as long as some as long as like all the special pieces are there, um um you, um you don't mind stuff like that.
Robbie, I don't know if you know this, buddy, but a little while ago, I purchased a couple of Paradisa sets on the Facebook Marketplace. How you doing, Thomas Davey? Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. We're having a little debate about whether Lego's for playing with or for investing in. But back to the Paradisa quickly, Robbie. I purchased that off the Facebook Marketplace. I paid £40 for 3 sets in the UK.
Yeah, I already wiped it off.
They came in box with instructions. I do believe out of the entire 3 boxes, there's 10 pieces missing. And they are just tiny, insignificant pieces. They are not anything that will tarnish the set. Now, normally, because Paradisa is so old, I would find the pieces and put them in the set. But if I did that, I would never, ever, ever get the Paradisa out, because as a complete set, I would be too afraid to. Now, the fact that they are incomplete, I have shown the Paradisa. Oh, look, Doc's out shopping.
Oh, I'm at the Michaels. We'll see if they have any Lego. Keep going.
With the Paradisa, if they'd been complete, I'd have never got them out. And it kind of goes against what I say, because it's like the figures in Paradisa were so one-off. I enjoy showing them to people that have never seen them. The sets, some people don't know what Paradisa is, and it's like, oh wow, when they see it.
Do you have any?
I do, Doc. I actually have 3 sets of Paradisa.
I was some
$16 for the Titanic.
I was a kid. I was in some I was a tiny minifig collector when pizza came out.
I had a cousin, Robbie, that had all the Paradisa, and as a boy, I was very jealous because the Paradisa was all pink. There was no way you could put that in your Lego box as a child and get away with it. Because back then, there was no Lego Friends, and all Lego was intended for boys. It wasn't meant for girls to play with and all of this nonsense, which I think is absolute nonsense. I think the brick is good for anybody that wants to play with it, from say 3+ with Duplo up to 100 years. Don't matter age, don't matter anything. What's up, my Slothrin? You do have a link if you'd like to come on, buddy. We are talking about Lego, and whether it's for playing with or for investing with or for a bit of both, dependent on how you
100% investment only, you know it.
It's like
I think this analogy does it best for me. Would you like to come into my Lego room and look at boxes on a shelf, or would you like to come into my Lego room and see a real Lego display? That pretty much answers the question for me. I would be more proud to bring somebody into my Lego room and say, look, I've built all of this, rather than, oh, I can walk in the shop, buy a box, bring it home and put it on a shelf.
It's like with
Yeah, look at my boxes.
It's like with me. I found the future monorail.
Ooh.
At a thrift shop for like $10. It wasn't steel or anything, but it was complete.
Wow. Good find. Good find. They are out there. They are out there. If you have a little snifter, you can find these sorts of deals.
Yeah. And I and my other my um do you know what the Scorpion Pyramid is from Pharaoh's Quest, Brett?
I do. I've looked at a lot of the Pharaoh's Quest, buddy, believe it or not.
Well, um, well, it retailed for $100 in the U.S. at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
I um I found it in a yard sale of somebody that the 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 buys and sells pallets.
Yeah.
Um,
They do some of that over here, buddy. They're
um
buying and selling pallets.
and 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 they had that set at the yard sale
Yeah.
for 20 bones. The it's currently sitting on my um it's currently sitting on my shelf, but it's at raw. Um the Portal Emperor and Pharaoh Imhotep in it.
I mean, again, my buddy Bricksloff in the chat. Bricksloff sent me, because Bricksloff was the first one to get the castle package into the UK. Bricksloff sent me all the original, I don't know if you can see them here, all the original castle knights. Look at them.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
The value on these things. I looked up a horse the other day, a Lego horse. I nearly fell off my chair.
I from I recently got from Sloth some in some I recently got from Sloth some Enlightened Knights.
Ooh, Enlightened Knights. I like the sound of them. No. Most epic. My buddy Sloth is a good person. Sloth looks after the masses as well, getting out the Sloth City updates. Dang, look at that one.
This guy is also enlightened.
Dang. All this. We got show and tell. We got a bit of everything tonight, which is good because I streamed earlier and I had 2 people watching. At least this time we got up to 10. But yeah, no, I've got a few stashed away. As you know, Robbie, my personal thing is the Lego Jokers, and I've got three different Lego Jokers sitting on the side here next to me at all times. The white one that Sloth sent me, I would say the Heath Ledger one, and I would imagine it's the 1960s Joker as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm Joker mad, and Joker mad.
I have an entire bin in my bedroom that had the Batman Rogues Gallery.
Ooh.
Which I posted a picture on my Instagram. You have to dig for it. But yeah.
No. As I say, the figures are a market I've never delved into.
um, um, here's an example. I bought, I bought, I bought this movie just so I can have a, Vitruvius because I didn't own Vitruvius.
Please do not mention Vesuvius, Robbie. Please do not mention it. You will trigger Hoosier Bricks, and I will end up with grief. Because, yeah, Hoosier picked up a Vesuvius for me the other day. Yeah, there we go.
Investing only. It is for investing only. Let me make sure my point is made. Let me get people riled up.
How you doing, Gary? Welcome, buddy. We just thought we'd have a little stream this evening. Is Lego for investing, or is Lego for playing with, or is it for a bit of both?
No, investing only. Everybody knows that. There is no playability.
There is they're both sides. They're both sides to every coin.
Blasphemy! That's blasphemy! You know it's for investing only. Is that black or is that black or dark blue? What does it look like? Does it look like black?
It looks like it looks black. See my question to the people on the panel and the people in the chat, right? So, hypothetical situation for everybody listening, right? You have a room full of sealed Lego sets, okay? Right? You've got them, just hypothetically, right?
Okay,
your youngest child finally turns around and says to you, Dad, can I go into your Lego room and have a look?
Oh, hell to the no. Do you want to be spanked now or later?
Now, see, for me, as a parent, if my child asked to come into the Lego room and the child had waited patiently till, of course, I take the child in there and all the rest of it, my question would be this. If I was an investor and my eldest child comes into my Lego room and says to me, Dad, I really like that set. I'd like to build it. Would you turn around to your child and say, do you know what? You've never entered my room. You've never touched my Lego. Do you know what? Yeah. Now, my good buddy Triple D said, then we open it and we build them together. Hats off to that man. Now, like I say, hypothetically, as long as my child isn't choosing a set that's going to half pay for them to go through college, I don't mind.
What if some hypothetically speaking, what if it was the other way round? You have the seal set collection, and you and you go to let's just
I'll be back, Brett.
Let's just say you go out somewhere and your nephews your nieces and nephews come over and they get into your Lego room, and when you get home, all your sealed sets are open, and they're all building the sets.
Right. Now, to me, Robbie, I have, as you can see, I have a Lego room. I have probably 8 or 9 different themes in my Lego room. Now, if I had a room full of sealed sets and I went out and a bunch of kids come in here and open the sets, nieces and nephews, First of all, I would ring my brother and my sister up and tell them that they owe me a lot of money. Then I think my second plan of action would be to go in the Lego room and tell each one of those children that each set they opened better have the same number of pieces in it when it goes back in the box. Because in our house, the kids get a Lego set and within 10 minutes, the bits are on the floor. Adios, see you later. Now, with the exception of my son, who is 3 years old, he plays with the trains. He got in here last week, Robbie, and he pulled 5 of my trains down. He got shouted at. 3 years old or not, I don't care. There's Lego room etiquette. If you're allowed in the Lego room, you should know the etiquette of that Lego room. I don't mind any of my nieces and nephews coming to play, but I have 3 tubs behind me of random brick with figures in that they could build to their heart's content. So there would be no reason on God's earth for them to have to open them sealed sets. I would probably be very angry if they were all sealed sets and the kids had let themselves in there. Yes, I would be a little bit mad. But then I also know that it is a child's toy and it is meant to be played with. So although I would be angry, part of me would probably have to have that little laugh where, you know, it's kids being kids. And, you know, although I'd be angry and shout at them, once they've done it, Robbie, there's nothing you can do about it, is there? You can't reseal a set. So, I mean, I suppose I would be okay. Yeah, there would be a lot of shouting and a lot of verbal abuse, but that would probably be the extent of it, you know. Again, this is why I don't keep sealed sets, because Lord business all the way over here. Now listen here, Haley Bricks. Who's already told me that if I got into his Lego room, I'm not allowed to touch anything. He's Lord business. What are we up to? Right, we're 42 minutes, Robbie. I'm going to run this till 45 minutes because I need a drink. But I do appreciate you coming on. I do appreciate everybody that's been in the chat. Like I said, I streamed earlier today and I had 2 people and one of them was Bird. You know, I respect you that joined, but this time we've hit bigger numbers. We've got 7 people watching. We've had quite a little debate about whether they should be left in the box or, you know, certain sets, one-of-a-kind sets, you know, maybe. You know, but stuff that's mass-produced, people that go out and buy 10 of something, you know, that's mass-produced, say, a city set, and then think in 5 years' time it's going to be worth thousands of pounds, it's beyond me. I don't collect the trains. I don't collect the castle. I play with it. The trains are played with. The trains are crashed. The trains are rebuilt. The castle is taken down. The castle is put back up.
Yeah. The only theme I before we end, the only theme I have to say is the worst theme for investing is City.
I would agree, because with City they do so much. They punt it out all the time. And again, we're coming up on 44 minutes. I think this will be the final word. A year or 2 ago, I purchased the most recent Lego hospital, the City set, the red and white one. Absolute brilliant hospital. Love it to death. Really think it's a good build. 2 years later, I went on eBay the other day just looking, because when I bought my hospital, I paid £100 new for it in the box sealed. When I looked on eBay, second hand without the box is selling for £150. So it just goes to show that certain City sets do creep up on their own. But again, with Lego not doing hospitals as much as they did police stations, I can understand the increase on the hospital. We're gonna call it an end here, Robbie. I really appreciate you coming on, buddy. Thank you ever so much. Again to Doc Sampson. To all the other people that I sent links, I'm taking you off my Christmas card list. Thank you for stopping by, everyone. Please take care. I hope you enjoyed this little stream. I thought I'd get one out there this evening. It's Monday. It was quiet. Nobody was entertaining us. I hope I've entertained you. It will be a goodbye from me, and I would imagine a goodbye from Robbie. Please take care. Build something. Don't leave it on the shelf. Don't be one of those. You know it makes sense. Take care, everybody.